This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. Presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Traditions Portrait Design in Carlisle. For photography, business, and professional service, it's Traditions. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. First Bank in Breeze. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Weedman Ford studio on a Saturday. Coming up, we're going to talk some basketball and football. First, it's hoops with Oakville Lady Rockets coach Michelle Hossider-Bureunek, and later on, it's all for Notre Dame. Yes! Notre Dame football sideline reporter and more, Lisa Kelly. Plus, as always, on a Saturday with Easy on Travel. I'm not kidding. Easy on Travel trivia quiz at 594-2576, 594-2576. Today, you can round up a $15 gift card to Kretzer's Grill and Bar in Hoyleton. But let's settle in for scores and stuff. It's brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of the grand city of Carlisle, the county seat. When your car or truck gets clubbed by another or else happens, see Hoffman Auto Body. And off we go for local basketball. We'll begin with the game heard right here on Max 96.7 last night. Carlisle fell to Freeburg for the second time this early year. It was the Midgets over Carlisle 45-40, despite 16 points from Chase Taylor. Irvy canned 22 for the Midgets. It was the Cahokia Conference opener for each. Also in Cahokia Conference action last night from B.E. Gum. The host Wildcats knocked off Central 41-31. The Cougars dropped to 3-3 overall. Mater Dei blasted Quincy and Notre Dame 65-45. The Knights slotted 4 players in twin figures. Althoff nips Centralia 44-43 at Trout Arena. The Orphans lose for a second time this campaign. Mount Vernon corked Carbondale 57-38. No more jokes. The Rams appear to be back on track. Nashville drilled Anna Jonesboro 63-32. That's a shellacking. Oakville, they branded Tricle 59-37, and it was Waltonville over Christ Our Rock 62-55. The St. Louis Blues stepped up their game in frosty Winnipeg. Jake Allen made 26 saves in a 1-0 victory over the Jets. That was his first shutout since December 7th of last year. To the day. Colton Pareko scored for the Blues during a second period power play, and that was it. The Blues have climbed out of the central basement. Yes, indeed, the Hawks are there. The Note are back at Enterprise, on Enterprise Ice for the Canucks tomorrow afternoon. The puck drops at 2 o'clock. The NHL, of course, managed to steal at least just a sliver of the headlines by making the obvious official. The league has awarded the city of Seattle with an expansion franchise. It will be the 32nd team to skate on the league's ice when it begins play in the 2021-22 campaign. The price to play, a cool $650 million. That's $150 million north of the cost of the Vegas entry just a season ago. Seattle will skate in the Pacific. The Coyotes of Arizona join the Note in the Central. Good move, but that's it. The NHL needs to close its doors now. Yes, the Cardinals, we talked about it Wednesday, they've acquired all-star first baseman Paul Goldschmidt from the Arizona Diamondbacks in exchange for right-handed pitcher Luke Weaver, catcher Carson Kelly, and infielder Andy Young. There's also competitive, whatever. Hey, the 31-year-old, we're talking, As Guy Eddie would say, he's just a ball player, man, and he is. He's an all-star in each of the past 6 seasons. He had a .290 batting average this year with 33 home runs and 83 RBIs after a slow start, 35 doubles, 90 walks. You can throw that in there, too. It's a good – what's not to like about this? Even if he does skedaddle after one. And who knows? Goldie was introduced to the assorted St. Louis media yesterday and some fans as well, and it was pretty cool. Closer Brandon Morrow is out for a while for the Cubbies. He led the Baby Bears with 22 saves and a 1.47 ERA in 35 games last year, after Sandy. So he's a big deal. Carlos Carrasco and the Indians have agreed to a 4-year, $47 million deal. It's amazing. These figures, it just rolls off now. He's a real talent. 17 wins again last year. Nathan Eovaldi is staying with the Red Sox in Beantown. He had a real good postseason for them after coming over. Yeah, let's see. The Mets got Diaz and Robinson Cano. Big deal. Patrick Corbin, he goes to the Nationals. Good pitcher there. 11-7, 3.15 in over 200 innings, too. Second time in his career. Dave Roberts, what a stiff. He gets 4 more years from the Dodgers. What a screw-up. It doesn't take much anymore. Former Mariners pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre Jr. Yes, he had the famous dad. His brother Todd pitched for the Cardinals. Anyway, Stotts has been hired as the pitching coach for the Miami Marlins, so Avison's Trevor Richards has a new tutor. In college basketball, it's the Illini and UNLV today at State Farm at 1 o'clock. Illinois was knocked off by Ohio State by 10 on Wednesday night. Missouri wins last night 80-64 over Oral Roberts. Edwardsville's Mark Smith paced the Tigers with 14. Salukis, nice win over SLU on Wednesday night. It's SIU and SEMO tonight. SLU goes against Oregon State tomorrow, and SIU. Hey, Harris Stowe comes to town. The Cougars will surely get that one. Number 6, Nevada, was a winner in top 20 action last evening. And in the NBA, Chicago, I didn't know the Bulls were still in the association, but they won over OK City. That's 6. That's 6 games, 6 victories. 6 victories this year, the Bulls. The once mighty Coach Urban Meyer, we're talking college football. Yep, he is retiring. He made that official, his second retirement official, Tuesday afternoon. He's 54. He'll be back. Probably in Champaign-Urbana, right? Yeah, Barry Odom got a nice contract extension. And ahead of that, this is even better. Well, I know, money talks, but Missouri has a quarterback. That's congrats to them. Don't care for him, but Kelly Bryant, a rather prized free agent out of Clemson at last look. He is going to be coming to organize that Mizzou offense over the next year. Thursday night, Tennessee whooped up on Jacksonville. You're up 1 year, you're down the next. Derrick Henry, 99-yard touchdown run. That tied Tony Dorsett's 99-yarder on January 3rd, 1983 for Dallas against Minnesota. Dorset, Mike McCarthy is still fired, and we ain't talking golf no more. Not this year, I don't believe. That is Scores and Stuff. It's pumped to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of Carlisle. If and when your ride needs major repairs, minor repairs, whatever the case may be, don't hesitate. See Hoffman Auto Body. That Steve Hoffman guy, he can coach too. He got his first junior varsity victory as their coach last night against the Midgets. We'll take a pause. We'll come on back with Michelle Hossider, Burunick, Lisa Kelly, trivia too. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus, and Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Marvin Gertis, your Country Financial representative in New Baden, can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Call Marvin Gertis today. 588-7112. Coverages may vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington. Get low prices every day when you shop your hometown proud Carlisle IGA. Carlisle IGA has been family owned since 1983, proud to serve this community. Select from quality choice meats from the outstanding meat department. Stock up at the deli and find low prices in every aisle. Carlisle IGA has the best fried chicken in town. Carlisle IGA appreciates your business and could make you a big winner each week with bankroll. And don't forget Carlisle IGA Catering. Call 594-3415.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
We are back, and you are too, right? This is Rip in the Wigman Ford studio on a Saturday morning. Let's hook up on the H&H Computer Services guest line for Oakville Lady Rockets basketball coach, Michelle Hossider-Buryanek. Michelle, welcome back to Talkin' Sports.
Oh, thanks for having me. Good morning.
Good morning, and you are doing pretty well at the outset of this. It's still young, the 2018-19 campaign, and I know you bagged an easy W Thursday night.
Yes, we had a couple easier games this week. Girls, I thought, played well. We got a tough one today, so that's one thing with our schedule. We play tough teams and easy teams, so it's been kind of all over the place.
Yes. So are you 4-3 now?
Yes.
Okay, because you also played and defeated Sparta this week?
Yes.
Okay, so Sparta and Wayne City in the left column this week. And then, of course, also you encompassed a 2-2 record in the Nashville Thanksgiving tournament. And in that one, it was really competitive, all the competition you played. And tell us a little bit about that tourney at the Assembly Hall and their auxiliary gym.
Yeah, it's a good tournament for us to get in. There's some, you got a 4A school in Collinsville, and then you have, Benton and Pinckneyville, which, you got a lot of different schools in Westland. And that just is a good tournament for us. It's close, but yet we get to play a variety of teams and kind of see where we're at. It's kind of we started out with the very first game being Collinsville, which it's a little brutal, but we really enjoy that tournament, and they do a great job of putting that tournament on. So it kind of gets us headed, for the season, but that's where we start out.
Collinsville is pretty salty, huh, Michelle?
They can be pretty salty. They got to press, and especially when they're hitting from the outside, and they can move the ball. It's pretty hard because they got 5 of them that can put the ball in the hole. So you got to pray that a couple of them were off. The night we played them, they were pretty hot.
The prayers weren't answered on that particular night.
No. Watch them the next night, and you're like, oh, they missed those shots that they made against us. But, that's why you play the game. She does a great job there at Collinsville, and we just, like to play some competition.
Pinckneyville, very good, as nothing unusual about that. And then, yes, you booked some wins against Westland and Mount Vernon, so you go 2-2. Did that give you 4th in that tournament? How'd that shake out, Michelle? Do you know?
It ended up putting us in. We've got 5th place.
Would have been 5th.
Well, it would have been 5th. We played in the 5th, 6th game.
Yeah.
Technically, I guess you come out with a better record than the one that got 4th.
No, that's somewhere in it. Yeah, but that's become a really good tournament. It's really grown over the years, and we had Coach Doug Altoff on the other night, and I know Nashville's proud of that.
Yeah, and it's a good tournament for us, and good way to start out the season. So, we enjoy doing it.
I forgot what he said. Did they name an all-tournament squad or squads? Did you have anybody?
They did. We had one. Kate Lohman made the second team.
All right, very good. Congratulations to her. And you also played Christ Our Rock recently, and that's become a nice rivalry for you over the recent years. And I tell you, that program is, well, I don't need to tell you, but they've really stepped it up. It's been a real solid situation over there on Shattuck Road for a while now under Coach Dan Kipper.
Yeah, he does a nice job. He can recruit and, get some players in. And, we didn't play particularly well that night, and we're still without Megan Schleifer, which will help us when we get her back. She's been out all season so far. So, but, they do a nice job, and it's a tough place to play. We've always, for some reason, have struggled there. And, but, it's a good, beginning of the season, but it's hard to come off of that after the national tournament, after you played 2 on Saturday and then try to come back and play on Monday. Seems that that's a hard.
It is. That Monday
it's
game.
It's a hard
after.
thing to come back and be up again for that game. So.
Yeah. What are your overall thoughts to date, though? I mean, I would think you'd be pretty pleased, especially since you lost a boatload of seniors, some good ones from a year ago.
Oh yeah, we lost a lot last year. We got big holes to fill. I'm very happy with how the kids are coming along. We got some younger kids that are doing a great job for us, that are seeing a lot of court time. So with that, they're going to just keep getting better and better. And the seniors that we have, I had one that sat out a lot of last year with a injury. So getting her some more court time, and with Schleifer being out, still being hurt, I think we're going to keep getting better, but we got to keep pushing. But when the younger ones, can come in and help you out, that's always good when you got, freshmen and sophomores that they can come in and even help you out. So excited for that.
Yeah, and just to dial it back to last season, especially with Madison Hochstadt out for the first half for sure, you rolled up 23 wins and went to the sectional championship game, didn't you? That was another inviting year for the Lady Rockets.
Yeah, it was a good year. We hated having Madison tear her ACL, but she came back and played with that tore ACL at the end of the season and helped us win the regional, and helped us even in the sectionals there. And that game against Lebanon in the sectional championship, we ended up losing by 4, but it was a great game. It was tied at the end of every quarter, and you couldn't ask for anything more. Had a lot of people that said, that was a heck of a basketball game to watch. Too bad it had to happen in the sectionals. And,
right.
It's always, it's fun, when you see the kids compete and play like that. It was a great game to be a part of.
Incidentally, how is Madison? Is she all healed up and so forth, and how's she doing over at SIUE? I have not checked.
She's all healed up. She's actually going to redshirt this year. She has a lot of seniors that are in kind of her position, and just let her knee get stronger. She probably would have been fine, but I think she made the right move, going ahead and redshirting the season. But she's going to be a great player for them and a big asset for them there at SIUE, and she's enjoying it, and we keep in touch, and so I look for her doing big things there.
Yeah, you never want to sit out. Nobody does, but in the long run, this is going to really pay off for her and the Cougars as well.
Yes, yeah.
So who dots?
Yes, it will.
Who dots your starting lineup then, as of now, for most of the games anyway, Michelle? Or maybe it's an every night occurrence.
Well, right now we're starting Kate Lohman, Abby Riekman, Madison Powell, Kim Schmidt, and Delaney Tunsing.
And was she hurt last year some, or am I
Madison Powell sat out a lot of the year with a knee injury.
Okay, so that's And do you go?
Kim Schmidt was out all summer, and we just got her back right before we played our first game. She has shoulder surgery, so yeah, we're still kind of
a mash unit again. Yeah. Well, what about extras? Do you go kind of sort of deep on that bench?
Yeah, we actually go pretty deep there. Sometimes we get Megan Schleifer back. She'll help us. We've been playing Reagan Lichtefeld, Chloe Tapey, and Sydney Tebby. Those are freshmen that have been coming in and seeing a lot of time for us. You got Amy Cuck and Savannah Hockstead, who also will help us. So, yeah, we go pretty deep. So that's one thing that's nice.
Another Lichtefeld. You can't go wrong there.
Another Lichtefeld. we got and Reagan, Reagan Lichtefeld, and then you have Sydney Tebby, who comes for the Lichtefeld.
Yes.
So it's kind of like having two Lichtefelds.
Very true. That is correct. But that's good. And who would be maybe keying your effort right now? Who leads in points? Maybe a top rebounder or so.
Right now we're kind of being led by Kate Lohman, and actually Reagan Lichtefeld in scoring probably a lot, and rebounding. That's kind of all over. Delaney and Kim are doing a good job, but we've kind of almost had different persons led every night in rebounding. So
that's okay. That's all right. Scattered around. Boy, Reagan, just a freshman there. So, but how many? The total program? You're pretty stacked. Huh? I mean, I see a big list on the roster in front of me. So you had quite a few that went out, which is not unusual.
Yeah, we got 17 players right now. So pretty happy with that. And so. But all great kids, and that's what makes it fun.
Exactly. And you do face a daunting schedule. Of course, Nashville is tonight. Are you playing in a couple of more tournaments as we proceed?
Oh yeah, we got the good old Mosquito tournament and then the Highland tournament. So
doesn't get any bigger than those. No. Those are quality. Usually with some state filled teams each year, really.
Yes. Yep.
So, Michelle, after your great playing career, you've settled in on the bench as a coach. How many years now have you been at the helm of the Lady Rockets?
I don't know. That's a hard question. Somebody asked me that the other day, and it's probably around 7 or 8. I need to go back and you know how it is. That's not not my cup of tea. I don't worry about that.
You just go game by game, season, month, whatever it is, and just try and do your best. And that's what you always do.
Exactly.
But, yeah, you always have some a good assistant or two as well, right, Michelle?
Oh yeah, we that's one thing that's nice. You always got good help. This year we have Haley Altoff and Courtney Linker and Paul Jansen helping out. So
Paul Jansen. Oh yeah, he was a player in the boy and Haley's there, huh?
Yes. Yep.
Was she? I guess was she there last year?
No, she was at Red Bud, and she got hired as a teacher here at Wcxo.
Okay, so they're just that little Washington County game tonight, huh? That's it.
Yeah, this afternoon. So
what time
JV game starts at 3:00. So varsity probably be somewhere around 4:30 or so, 4:45. So.
Very good. Wcxo and Nashville, one of those quality pairings every season. So, hey, Michelle, appreciate it. String some wins together, all right? And have a good meet and greet with Coach Altoff, and may the best person win.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You might just meet him again sometime, too, huh?
Last year we played 3 times. So.
3 times last year? Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, you probably will clash with him again.
So it for some reason it just seemed like that just kind of kept popping up. So.
Huh. Okay. Thanks, Michelle.
All right. Well, thank you.
Your phone held out. Did well.
I was a little worried. Thank you.
Later. Michelle Hossider-Buryanek of the Wcxo Lady Rockets. And later today on Max 96.7, we have the Christ-Star Rock Silver Stallions against the modern-day Lady Knights. Some girls hoops action there. And if JUCO big game at Kaskaskia today. I'm going to head over there. It's always a treat to see Vincennes play. Not so much although Kaskaskia's played them pretty well at times, but they were in the Final Four in the nation last year. They're ranked 3rd now. They're 11-0. Kaskaskia's 10-1. It's going to be a good test for Vincennes, and I know the women's game starts at 1:00. they're pretty good too. Vincennes women, Casey, very young, and but the men's game at around 3 o'clock. That's when that baby tips off. We'll break. Don't stray. Trivia is on deck.
Southern Illinois drivers know that K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle is a community-focused dealership that puts the customer first. That's why we've been in business for nearly 20 years, proudly serving multiple generations of Chevrolet drivers from all over. If you're searching for a brand new or like new Chevrolet model to upgrade your daily commutes and weekend adventures, come check us out just west of Carlisle on Old Route 50. K&J Chevrolet, your Clinton County Chevrolet and Silverado headquarters.
You don't have to drive all over Southern Illinois to do your Christmas shopping when you can shop Lee's Variety and Lee's Sports in Nashville. Lee's has many sales going on throughout the Christmas season to help you save. See our ads on our Facebook pages to get the latest savings. Our staff is here to help you make the perfect selection for that sports fan on your list, and don't forget to check out all the Christmas items and candy in our variety store. We are open every Sunday in December before Christmas for your shopping convenience. Merry Christmas from the staff at Lee's Sports and Lee's Variety in Nashville, Illinois.
Hi, this is Jay Barker, National Championship quarterback for the Crimson Tide of Alabama. You're listening to Max 96.7.
If you're in the market for a new home, refinance, or even a second home, give me a call today. I'm Anne-Marie Tabin at First Bank in Breeze. With almost 20 years of experience, I can guide you through the process of finding a mortgage product from First Bank that is right for you. Give me, Anne-Marie Tabin, a call today, 526-7724. First Bank in Breeze, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Everybody needs a massage, just some folks don't like to take off their clothes, deal with the massage oil, and then go to work smelling like a coconut. Hi, I'm Dr. Clinton Smith, introducing the Nomano Massage. This is as close as you can get to the real thing with privacy, a good massage, and no clothing removal. $125 gets you 6 one-half-hour sessions. Perfect for a stocking stuffer. Nomano Massage at Smith Chiropractic in Breeze. Call 526-7732 to buy your Christmas gifts of comfort. Nomano Massage, you have to feel it to believe it.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
You have skipped back to us. We're up here in the Weekman Ford studio on the Saturday morning. Monday and Wednesday nights, 6 to 7. Saturday mornings, 9 until 10. We're in the midst of that where the time is 9:28. That time drop shuffles your way courtesy of Zirin Funeral Home in Carlisle. Incidentally, Monday night, KC basketball coach, Blue Devils coach, Brian Hancock to review this afternoon's game and more. Again, they're 10-1 right about now. Let's slug along to trivia.
It's time for the Easy In Travel Trivia Quiz on Talkin' Sports. Where do you want to play? Call Easy In Travel in Breeze at 526-2201.
By the way, Wednesday night, former Illini basketball standout, the current Eastern Illinois University AD, Tom Michael. I hope he has that football coach hired by the big doings going on up in Charleston. Our number is 594-2576, 594-2576. You are eligible to play unless you're someone in your household has won the last 8 weeks. And number 2, you can't be affiliated with or related to anyone here at Max 96.7 or Easy in Travel or for today. Kretzer's Grill and Bar in Hoyleton, LD and Tina are serving up a $15 gift card to their outstanding place. You got to pick it up within 30. Here's the question. It is on Notre Dame football. My gosh, I'll probably be an Irish fan at the end of the day. Who is the last coach? Asterisk. Who's the last coach to lead Notre Dame to a perfect record and a national championship? Lou Holtz, Dan Devine, or Eric Parsegian? Okay? Who is the last coach to key the Irish to an unbeaten record and a national crown? Lou Holtz, Dan Devine, or Eric Parsegian? Buck us up at 594-2576, 594-2576.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Hi, this is Charlie Hilmus, Mayor of Breeze. Here's something to think about. Your dollars that are spent in locally owned independent stores return to you through community services, jobs, and donations to schools and organizations. Every time you buy local, you are literally giving back to your community. Now, let's take a look at the dollars that are spent online or out of the area. They bring nothing back to Clinton County. We ask you to shop around our towns and buy Clinton County. Happy holidays.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello, another time. We're up here in the Weekly Report studio on a Saturday morning before we settle up on trivia. Number one, I sincerely hope you remember Pearl Harbor Day yesterday. Yep, that occurred December 7th. On December 7th, 1941, a vicious sneak attack on us, the U.S. So, Pearl Harbor Day. What else? Sorry to see this. Jennifer Callaway was released of her duties as the USC Upstate volleyball coach. We had her on maybe a month ago, and then Maddie Hockey a week or two after. So, good luck to her as she moves forward in what's been a really good career. All right, off to trivia now. Here's the question with the answer. Pretty neat how we do that. Who is the last coach to key the Irish to an unbeaten record and a national crown? Was it Lou Holtz, Dan Devine, or Era Precision? Dwayne Hillsman from Breeze knew this. In fact, he was in quickly, man. Right off the pop. Lou Holtz, he got in Notre Dame to an unblemished 12-0 mark, and it was mythical. Until recently, the mythical national championship in 1988, the Irish sealed the deal in their undefeated rush with a 34-21 victory over West Virginia, the Mountaineers, in the Fiesta Bowl. Era did propel his 1973 club to a national championship with an 11-0 record, but Lou Holtz did it just a little bit quicker, and Dwayne Hillsman gathers in a $15 gift card to Kretzer's Grill and Bar in Hoyleton. Another great place in our area. We're loaded, man. We are smack dab down with them. Okie dokie. I told you about Monday and Wednesday. In the meantime, it's now. So Isaac Rental Property in Carlisle wants you to relax, maybe pour another cup of coffee if that's your thing, whatever. Just stay tuned because I'm coming right back with Lisa Kelly. She's a Notre Dame gal, you know.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordikeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu. The Christmas season is here, and we need your help. Hello, everyone. It's Scott Patrick from Mornings with Scott and Casey, and we are once again teaming up with K&J Chevrolet and the Carlisle Dollar General for Toy Drive 2018. Now through December 20th, we are collecting toys and monetary donations for newborn through 16 years old. All toys and monetary donations will be given to the BCMW and Community Link for distribution to families living here in our community who need a little help this holiday season. Your donations are greatly appreciated. Shop the new Carlisle Dollar General and leave a toy there or drop one off at K&J Chevrolet. We'll take care of the rest. It's Toy Drive 2018 with K&J Chevrolet, Carlisle Dollar General, and Max 96.7. Since 1999, our community, your radio station.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
This is Rip. We return for one last stand in the Wigman Ford studio on this Saturday morning. Let's hightail it out on the H&H Computer Services guest line to Branson, Missouri for Notre Dame football sideline reporter and much, much more, Lisa Kelly. Lisa, welcome back to Talkin' Sports here in Carlisle.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's about time. It's been 5 or 6 years since we had you on Talkin' Sports the first time, and that was after I believe the first book that you wrote, the Men We Became. That was a big hit, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, and since then we maybe talk about it later. I think you've written another one or two, but thought this would be a good time to once again dial you up because we, outside of me, we do have a pretty good amount of Irish fans in our listening audience. So, and your team is heading to those CFP playoffs. So congratulations to you, Lisa.
Thank you. It's been quite a season. I think every week I've held my breath thinking, one more week.
And it's, you're what? I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks away, whatever that is. And they did get the nod, as everybody did, through the CFP committee, and that was made official on Saturday, although apparently they wrapped it up the week before, right, Lisa?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I hear. That's what I keep reading. So I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's what we'll get. But you definitely feel, no matter how, that the committee, that they made the proper call in giving Notre Dame one of those plush spots.
I think so. I mean, I know a lot of people have been arguing that if you're a conference champion that you should automatically get in, but if that's not how the rule is set up, then I don't think that should be the criteria. If they want to change the rules, so be it. Maybe we need to expand to an 18 playoff to make it more fair. But when you're undefeated, I don't see how a perfect record couldn't make it on to the college football playoff.
But what about UCF? They haven't lost. They've won 25 in a row. They beat Auburn in a bowl game last season. They were number 7 in the country.
I know. So open it up to 8 teams. I mean, that, to me, that's the best way to handle it moving forward. And I know the committee says that that's not on their radar, but
it's on the radar.
Going to have to be.
Yeah, it's on their radar. And before do you think that's what I would like to see more than anything? 8. I'm not that large on 6 because then you're going to get the arguments. Why should they get the bye instead of us and all that good stuff? I would prefer 8, and I'm fine with 4. I want a legit championship. Whoever they deem the 4, that's the way it is. But yeah, I would like to see 8 in the nearest possible future. It's going to happen. The money's going to be too large.
Well, I think 8 is kind of the sweet spot. And, if you think about it, they're playing all those bowl games anyways. Just take a few away, turn it into the 8, and then move on.
Yeah, and there's always that exception too, but generally a team that's not ranked below 6, definitely 7, they're not going to have a real good crack at winning that championship. Yes, it can only happen, always happen, but I think you pretty much include everybody with that first 8.
Yeah, I agree.
But see, Lisa, we got to get Notre Dame in a conference in a conference. I mean, that's what I just don't understand, because I don't, and I'm in that other group, the other camp opposite of you. I just don't understand why the Irish get to sit at home and let the others duke it out and risk failure. In fact, Georgia did. They dropped out of the 4. But it makes no sense to me.
And I don't understand why Notre Dame didn't join the Big Ten. We joined the ACC. We're like sort of half in the ACC.
Right.
We play 5 of their teams, but then we don't have the chance to play for the conference championship. I mean, they need to decide, put both feet in or keep both feet out. This kind of half in, half out drives me crazy.
Yeah, but it all comes down to bucks for them, right? They still, I think, unless something's just changed since 1991, I remember NBC and Notre Dame hooked up, and they get a large payout from their own basically private show that they put on. They don't want to dump that, correct?
Yeah, that's totally it. I mean, NBC has spent so much money on Notre Dame over the years, and it would have to be extremely lucrative for them to actually join a conference.
See, that's just one of those sidelights where I think that's one of the reasons quite a few people don't like Notre Dame. Nice way. It's much like Dallas
Absolutely.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Dallas
you
Cowboys.
Love it or you hate it.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys don't. They have their own merchandising. They don't take part in that with the rest of the league. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand with Notre Dame. It's like the Yankees or the Cowboys. You love it or you hate it,
Pretty much. And I keep hearing the argument, incidentally, hey, Al, and it happened the year before, I guess, with Ohio State. Bama last year, they didn't win it. No, they didn't. They didn't even go to the conference championship game, but they did lock horns at 7-1 with Auburn in the regular season, and Auburn lost. That gave them a spot. I mean, I don't think any league team goes into the season with the intention of not getting into that conference championship game. They don't want to sit back and basically hope for a wild card spot where Notre Dame, that's their only serviceable entry.
Right. Well, and I heard somebody talking about why don't we just get rid of the conference championship games, but all those conferences rely on that money. I mean, that goes back to all those schools, so I don't think you can do that either.
It's so complicated. At least I think they gave us 24 hours, just the two of us. We could probably shake this all out and get it absolutely perfect.
Probably, but it would take all of that 24 hours.
Yeah. Need a few breaks, but it would take probably 24. I think we could do it. At a neutral site, we could do it, Lisa. But
exactly.
Lisa Kelly is with us from Notre Dame fame. There were a few really good conference championship tilts, especially, and I know you just buy it, which is fine. That's sports, that's opinions, that's football in this case. The Bama Georgia game, though, was pretty spectacular.
It was amazing. I was really happy to have a whole day to have no distractions and just sit and watch football.
That's what I did. I didn't see them all, but I picked out that one, number 1, and then Oklahoma and Texas. But what Jalen Hurts did, he seems like a tremendous young man. And the way he came in for Tua, I know he's played most fourth quarters for Tua, but still he hasn't been in this situation again. And he provided the spark and more, threw a pass, scored a touchdown pass, and scored himself. He was fantastic in relief of Tua.
I think that, he is a great example of, a good kid who sat and waited for his chance and he got it. I am not a huge fan of the graduate transfer, leaving and going to another school. I mean, I think he got his reward. He sat and waited. You never know when someone's going to get injured. You never know when you're the next man in, and it kind of breaks my heart that a couple of the Notre Dame guys have left. And, I don't think it has worked out overwhelmingly well for anyone.
Really
there are very few guys who, Russell Wilson is probably the shining star of someone who made it work, but he's a very big minority compared to all the guys who've done it and then didn't get any reward out of it.
You are I think, leaning toward right for sure. And, yeah, Alabama won that game 35, and Georgia had it. What would have happened had Georgia won? Alabama would have still been in. Georgia would have been in. And I guess, well, the way it would have worked, Oklahoma wouldn't have squared a spot, would they? Because they weren't going to take out your Irish.
Man, Oklahoma fans would have been super pissed.
Oh, yeah. And that game with Texas, they are exciting to watch, Oklahoma.
They sure are.
Oh, Murray is just, he was fantastic again against Texas, but I know their defense lacks a little, but they win, they score, and they win.
Yep, and they score and they score and they keep on scoring.
They tack on a lot of points. I believe even during timeouts, they are quite something. Lisa Kelly is with us. She's a sideline reporter for Notre Dame. She's an author. She owns a zoo. We might have to dig into that very late.
I know.
Yeah. Hold on for that. But Lisa's with us. And okay, let's go to the semifinal matchups. I suppose we'll start with the blue and gold against the Clemson Tigers, who they have. See, that's another thing that spins me wrong. They never play Clemson, and they are kind of in that ACC. But anyway, they get a crack at them now, and that's going to be at Arlington at Jerry's Joint on the last Saturday of this month. And you're a healthy underdog, but the game is played on the field.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I've kind of been looking at the numbers a little bit, and we have 4 opponents that both Notre Dame and Clemson played. We both played Syracuse, Wake Forest, Florida State, and Pitt. And if you kind of look at the numbers, Notre Dame beat Syracuse by 33, and Clemson only beat them by 4. But once you get past that, Clemson beat Wake by 60. We only beat them by 29. They beat Florida State by 49. We only beat them by 29. They beat Pitt by 32. We beat them by 5. So, I mean, if you kind of look at points scored, Clemson had 191 to our 153. And then if you look at points surrendered, Clemson only surrendered 46, and we gave up 57. So
how about that? Some good comparisons there. Wake Forest. Whew.
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, it should be a good game, and it's a good quarterback matchup. But how about that freshman QB for the Bengals, Trevor Lawrence, who forced Kelly Bryant out?
Absolutely. And, both teams have had mid-year quarterback changes. So part of this is hard to compare because both teams had one quarterback at the beginning and the second quarterback come in. But, I think Ian Book has been strong. And I think one of the strengths of Notre Dame is they've been able to go in at halftime and make necessary adjustments and come back out. I mean, if you look at the USC game, I was a nervous wreck. I mean, I thought that was it. We were losing. And
I did too, Lisa. I was pretty happy. I was applauding at my own house. I thought they're going to get, and then of course USC, because they are the current USC. They couldn't pull it out.
Yeah.
But Ian Book is pretty snappy, isn't he?
Their job.
Yeah,
he is.
70. I got his stats right in front. 70% completions, 19 touchdowns, only 6 picks, and so that is in how many games? In 8 or so, something like that.
Yeah.
Right around there. But Trevor Lawrence is a pleasure to watch. You do have one imposing back, too, who could make a big difference.
Dexter Williams. Free Dex, man. Let him run.
Why not, huh? I can't
well,
believe.
We have some pretty good receivers, too. I mean, the other strength that Ian Book has is he's got 9 receivers that he's passing to.
My goodness.
And in a lot of games, he hit all 9. So,
is that right?
It's hard for somebody to defend us when we've got 9 people that have good hands that can catch the ball.
Well, see, Lisa, you're cheating again. See, there you go. Miles Boykin, he's the guy, though, right? The main target?
He's the guy. Yep, Notre Dame had their Echoes Awards last night, and he won Most Improved Offensive Player because, man, he came out of nowhere, and he just lit it up this year.
Certainly did. So I'm sure that'd be the opening game at, I don't know if that's 3 or 4 o'clock Central Time or not.
Yep.
But right, that'd be the opener. And then after that, it'd be Soon City, the Sooners against Alabama. And number one, hey, Tua, high ankle sprain. That's never good. I want everybody to be healthy from all teams. I always do. Whatever it is, I want to see them at their best. And if I'm the opposing team, I want to beat them at their best. But Tua, that can be a real problematic injury, that high ankle sprain.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he's got enough time to rehab and be ready to go, because I can't imagine, even if he's mostly ready to go, he's going to be in there. He doesn't want to sit that game out.
It's going to come down, you would think. Hey, you never know. But the Crimson Tide, they rank 2 nationally in defense, and the Sooners are 91st. But then again, if they crank up enough points somehow, it could be theirs for the upset.
Yeah. Well, it seems like Alabama's defense hasn't been as strong this year as it has in past years either. So, I mean, we've watched some teams put points on them. Shoot, Arkansas put 31 points on Alabama.
That is kind of scary there. But
and Arkansas was 2-10. So
yeah, they were pitiful.
And I'm sure that they didn't have their first string in at the end of the game, but even so.
And sometimes Bama has not exactly tidied it up in the first half. Even against the Citadel, they were tied at 10, right? But in the second half, they've just cruised.
Yeah.
And they came back against Georgia too.
Yeah.
So those will be the games on Saturday. What is that? The 29th? Yeah. Notre Dame and Clemson,
and
Alabama,
I do have a little connection with Alabama because my one of my classmates from Notre Dame, Irv Smith, his son is Irv Smith Jr., number 82, who's been ripping it up this year.
Very good.
So I do want to see him do well, but man, if Notre Dame gets him in the final, I'm not cheering for Irv anymore.
You can't slight your team, right?
Right, exactly.
No. Lisa Kelly with us for a few more minutes from Branson, Mo, but anyway, each of those teams led by tremendous. You need quarterbacks. You need it all. You need really good coaches too, and you do have a good one, Brian. And he was awarded the other night as Coach of the Year, Brian Kelly. So I'm sure you're quite pleased with that.
I am very pleased. I think one of the changes he made this year was he realized he needed to improve his relationship with his team. He can't just be the guy behind the door. And, I think I've heard a lot of stories this year about him eating meals with the team and just spending more, casual time with the team as opposed to only at practice. And I think that has helped things a lot this year.
That's good. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And hey, believe me, I'm not saying Notre Dame isn't a good team, and he's not, and he is a good, but I just, the situation. But what about him as a person? You deal with some of these coaches, obviously. You get to know him some?
I have a little bit. I've been in a lot of press conferences with him, so, he can be a little feisty after a lot.
Yeah, he is. That's kind of neat.
I think his relationship with the media has gotten better over the years, so, it's hard. And it's hard for him, the media doesn't always ask the best questions.
No.
So,
and repetitive at times too, right, Lisa? The same ones over and over.
I know. So
Goodness.
I'm pretty quiet in press conferences, I just want to soak it all up and stay in his good graces,
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you do a great job on your website and more. So, Nick Saban, would you like to have a little meet and greet with him?
I would love to.
Yeah.
I got to cover the LSU Notre Dame game last year, and I actually got to meet Coach O, and that was pretty cool. So
I really like him.
It's been fun. Yeah, he's awesome.
He would be the kind of coach I would want. I love the way his voice too, and that's a football coach.
He was really cool. We got to the press conference early, and I happened to be there right as he walked in the door.
Timing.
We walked in together and got to talk for a couple minutes. He was really cool.
Very good. Nick Saban, I actually enjoy watching him and Bama. I'm not a complete. Well, I've been becoming more of a fan all the time, but I admire. I mean, the guy. I know there are things in the background, whatever, but he just wins, and he's going to go down as one of the very greats, if not the greatest coach, but definitely in our modern times. So Urban Meyer, he has retired again. Lisa.
I know.
Again. This time, I'm sure he is hurting, right? That doesn't sound like a good situation, what he's going through.
Yeah, it seems like he has some health issues. I've heard a couple different things, but, he hasn't looked super great this year. So I think he does need to sit out and figure out what he wants moving forward.
Well, with the suspension and more, I really think as great as he's done with the Ohio State Buckeyes, since it's come to this and what happened this year and they didn't go to the Final Four and more, I think really they're okay with him leaving at this time.
Yeah, I do too.
And I also think at only 54 years old, he will be coming back to coach in the next 2 years or so.
I agree. He's too young to walk away from the game,
He'll get over this. Missouri had ended up having a good season. I always kind of knock them. I'm an Illinois fan. That's a little tough, incidentally, Lisa. What do you think about Lovie Smith getting a 2-year extension when he hasn't done nothing?
Well, I guess they feel the potential is there. So.
I don't know. That's a lot of millions for potential, though, huh?
I know. Well, and back to Mizzou, did you see that the quarterback who left Clemson just committed to play at Mizzou? Woo.
That was a heck of a pickup there. Got to give him credit. Kelly Bryant, in effect, a free agent. They get him for a year. He may make him forget all about Drew Lock, who was pretty spectacular at times.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Arkansas would pick him up because Arkansas needs a quarterback in the worst way. So that was a little disappointing, but
Yeah, that was one of the spots that, or at least some people thought he might go. Did I read that right?
Yeah, because the new head coach at Arkansas was the coach at Clemson who recruited him, and so this was his first year at Arkansas, and so he made a visit to Arkansas during one of the games. They spotlighted him during the game, and he stood up and waved at everybody. And man, we thought he was coming to Arkansas.
And now the Hogs are all mad at him. Who's going to win the Heisman? Will it be Tua or that other guy?
I don't know. I think it's going to be Tua. I mean,
I do too.
His resume has been so good. I don't know how you can dispute that.
Boy, Murray's right there, 1A and 1A though, don't you think? And I mean, this Haskins from Ohio State's tremendous.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for them to pick. I wouldn't want to be on that committee.
They just had somebody posted something on Twitter, and I went with Tua and myself. But I could see, hey, they're all really, really great players for sure. And this could be it for the Oklahoma Sooners QB. It could be baseball after this year. So what says we only have a couple more minutes left with Notre Dame's Lisa Kelly. Game day, pretty special at Notre Dame Stadium, I'd imagine, huh?
It's amazing. The tradition, the band stepping off and the player walk. And I just love game day at Notre Dame. It's great.
And I know you've been several different, especially this year, how was Yankee Stadium? Myself, I don't think football should ever be played at Yankee Stadium or Busch Stadium or Fenway Park. But, again, they don't ask me, but I'm sure that was a treat for you and the entire fan base of ND.
Absolutely. I think two of my favorite road games so far have been Fenway and Yankee Stadium. I mean, there's so much tradition, and both of those games I was on the field covering the game on the sideline, and I just had to pinch myself. It was incredible.
Right, yeah, just wow, what fantastic venues. And do you know yet? Have you gotten that press pass locked up for the CFP?
They're not letting us know till December 14th, so hopefully, fingers crossed.
Let's speed up the process a little. We got to make some plans, right?
I know. Well, good for me. I just get in a car and drive. It's only 6.5 hours to Dallas, so
won't be too bad.
I'll go regardless, so it's all good.
Now, as we leave, let's drive away from football just for a second. You own the Branson Zoo. Well, do you still call it the Branson Zoo? What is it? The Branson Zoo? Or?
So we have two zoos here in the Branson location. I know. We have an indoor location that has an aquarium and some animals. We have an outdoor location that has lions and tigers and bears.
Yeah, that's good.
One is called Branson's Wild World, and the other one is Wild Valley Adventure Park. So you can come play with the lynx and get in with the dingoes. It's very interactive.
Wow, this is good. This really is. So there's the St. Louis Zoo, San Diego, Cincy. They're always acclaimed as three of the best. But look out, one of the Branson's, the Kelly Zoo, is coming up quickly in the top three among them.
Absolutely.
Hey, what is your Twitter? People need to follow. You have a lot of followers, but what is it still?
I do.
At
Yeah,
4-Leaf Clover
can,
Girl, is that it?
That's it, 4-Leaf Clover Girl, and
The
you
number
can
4.
find my. Yep, the number 4. You can find my books at echoesfromnotredamebooks.com.
And you have what's the latest?
I have 2 books. So the new one is The Men We Became, More Echoes from the End Zone, and there's 30 stories in the new book and 25 in the first.
Wow, and you've come across some just spectacular Notre Dame players and coaches over the past, haven't you? You've met them all, Hall of Famers, you name it.
It's been, it's been a blessing for sure, and I have a new book coming out next year, so stay tuned for that.
Am I going to be included in that one?
Probably not.
It's a good thing you didn't say at the start of the interview. We had to cut you off then, Lisa. So.
Right.
All right. Go to 4-Leaf Clover at 4-Leaf Clover Girl, and you can find out here the website and the places she writes for and so forth. So, I appreciate you coming back to Talking Sports, Lisa. You do a really good job. Good luck to Notre Dame. I didn't change my mind though. You made it tough, but we'll let it play out and see who wins.
It's all good. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
It is all good. Thanks, Lisa, and stay on the line, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All
Go
right.
Irish.
You had to get that in. There's Lisa.
I had to get in there.
Lisa Kelly. Our thanks to her and also to Michelle Hossider. Buryonek, our trivia winner, is Dwayne Hillsman from Breeze. How about a 15 to Kretzer's Grill and Bar? Thank you very much. We'll see you Monday night with Brian Hancock, Wednesday with Tom Michael, and plenty more. This is Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Traditions Portrait Design in Carlisle. For photography, business, and professional service, it's Traditions. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. First Bank in Breeze. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.